Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard.
Oh, so crazy when you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Boulevard. the man, the king, the god, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution within the fans to unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies versus the World, 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. January 30th, 2024. It is a podcast, and I am your host, PK, with the Blvd Bullies, and I am joined by my exalted familia, the lads, the clique, the crew, the clan. Conspicuous by his absence, father of a mutant basketball player.
Indeed.
Sole proprietor of Ringside Relics. A business owner. A father. A medical doctor. The death match doctor, Ringside Sean, will be joining us later. I think his son's basketball game got into delay because there was an earthquake when Jimmy stepped foot onto the court. So we are doing like a kind of like haphazard setup. When does anything we do not appear haphazard? And we have a great show for you today. We're going to be talking Vince McMahon. We're going to be talking Royal Rumble. We're going to be talking all the deathmatch drama, probably touch on April 4th, as that keeps heating up. And probably some other stuff that I forgot about. And let me introduce my cohorts. The man with his condom hat filled to the brim with love for deathmatch wrestling. The man who, basically, you're kind of like Rob Black's man on the outside. Rob Black's in Facebook jail, internet jail. He's sending you little pigeon messages to distribute on the Facebook. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Bad Take by the merch guy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Sponsored
to the show.
Beatbox.
Well,
Beatbox
today we're drinking Modelo's, and also I got this hard Arizona iced tea. That's the new one.
Good.
No beatboxes today. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, second, my wrestling father, former boat owner, Showcase Showdown winner. I don't know what the fuck you did to your hair, but man, you are looking Marlon Wayne's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, CZW Hall of Famer, survivor of Houston, dressing up like some Stephen King character this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry the Legend.
Larry.
Thank you, Pat, once again for such an introduction. It gets better and better every week, and you're absolutely right. I was looking like some sort of Stephen King character this weekend out of a, desperation novel, or I don't know, one of those things where there's a preacher or a prophet-like character. Yes, that was really and it's funny you mentioned that because after some media came out of what my garb, full head to toe, I thought of my full regalia, my Houston regalia. I thought of Doug Bradley, the preacher for the Blackcraft cult wrestling promotion that I actually hosted a few of, including the last. No apologies, but I kind of felt like it was almost an homage. Besides, Bradley never, I don't think, had the hat, but that kind of like preacher, bolo tie, proclaimer.
Definitely Blackcraft vibes. It was definitely, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
You have so much pain to show us.
Show us your
Indeed.
pain.
And I wanted everyone in Houston to save their tears because there was such a waste of good suffering.
From what I heard, the only people suffering were the ones trying to see it on stream.
Yeah, I've been able to cleanse myself of looking at a lot of things recently after some things that transpired right here on Blvd Bullies versus the World, and it's
No idea what you're talking about.
It's been very liberating. So I heard through the grapevine that a lot of people were giving a shit. I don't fucking care.
I'm going to say that most of the people that were talking massive shit weren't really XPW fans. Like the people that are true XPW fans are more understanding and know that shit doesn't always go fucking right. But there's the people that just chomp at the tit to talk shit and cancel and make people removed from a company. And it's like ridiculous shit.
Brian, you got to understand, these XPW fans, these indie wrestling fans, they have very, very busy schedules, very robust and densely packed scheduled social lives. So could you imagine all these loyal XPW viewers who had friends gatherings to go to in public, maybe an event that they were going to leave the house for, probably most of them had hot dates that they had to reschedule. And those dates, of course, understood. We're like, oh, well, please hang out with me tomorrow, maybe Sunday brunch. Well, I'll let you know how XPW goes. And then all of a sudden, they're home on the couch, getting ready to watch. I'm like, motherfucker, I canceled a date for this.
One guy was clamoring for a refund. He said he wasn't able to eat. He's not going to be able to eat for a week because of the $20.
You know what? You can have your fucking $15 back, bitch.
But what I'm saying is people
go touch grass. Go fucking touch grass.
They freak out and they use situations to just complain and bitch. And it's insane to me. It's honestly insane. Like I bought the fucking pay-per-view. I wanted to watch it, but shit happens, man. It's like you ever go to see a fucking band play and they had to reschedule a show, or you fucking go to see a band and maybe some like a band didn't show up because something fucking happened. Yeah. Shit happens.
You go to see Fozzy, Chris Jericho drank 2 bottles of Grey Goose and got to a fight before they even went on.
Hiding in the trash can.
Hurling himself into the trash can and hiding. Hey, so Brian, you are completely okay with it. I feel like you might have a different perspective.
If you listen to the Rob Black show, he apologized and took full responsibility, and he didn't try to put blame onto Loco or Jaime. He knew, like he said, henceforth he's going to be better with vetting his venues and making sure shit is ready to go before things need to be ready. Because the man's also fucking busy. He showed up to Houston late the same day because he has fucking kids. So what do you want the guy to do? What other what other company is being run by someone by themselves that doesn't have a team? It's like not the 90s. He used to have a huge team of workers for XPW in the 90s. This is not the same. When he rebirthed XPW, it's just basically Rob Black and fucking a couple of people.
I'm getting reports that the person in question said that they couldn't eat for a week because he spent $20 on the show. Another guy said he couldn't get gas for work because of it. This mishap had reverberated throughout the economy and the community. You know how many people called out of work 2 days later because they couldn't get gas?
Is that not crazy? As a grown adult, is that not like a crazy thing? That's a very strange thing to put onto the internet. Unless it's a child, unless it's a fucking kid. I mean, I don't really know these people personally.
Something happened, Brian. You're like, the way that you text now personally is like you're responding to a post on Deathmatch Elite. Like I said something in the group today that was like, this person sucks. And you sent me like 2 huge fucking chunks. Like I'm
okay.
Deathmatch Elite.
Okay. Well, fuck off.
Like, oh my God. Okay, Brian.
You talked shit about a wrestler, and I felt differently.
I'm sorry. I know.
So that's how I respond.
Yeah, 2 huge paragraphs. Why can't you just text like a human and just send me sentence after sentence and then just forget about it?
Because I like to be grammatically correct.
Larry, give us a perspective. Give us your perspective, I mean, on the XPW 4 Loco experience. Boots on the ground. We had Jaime Loco Martinez Garcia on the show just last week. It's Martinez, right?
Martinez. Jaime Martinez.
I knew it. I was right the first time. He was cool. He seemed like a nice guy. Was there, first and foremost, I don't even care about the streaming, was there free beer at the show like he promised?
There was indeed beers being handed out to people in the crowd by Jaime himself. Several times. I saw him working his way through the crowd and just handing out beer after beer of some Southern Indian Pale Ale.
Okay.
It's called a Southern Bombshell. It had a blonde bombshell was what it was called. It had a cowboy hat riding a bomb, riding like a huge shell. And I had never seen these beers before. I was happy to drink them. They were very malty, like King Cobra malt liquor kind of but they were IPAs. And yeah, I enjoyed the beverages, and I enjoyed Jaime living up to his word. I imagine kegs. That's what I was thinking. When I'm thinking free beer, I'm thinking like kegs and someone doing the thing and cups. Like in events where I've heard of free beer being available, it's been that kind of setup. But this was more like Jaime boots on the grounds, like in the crowd, handing out beer after beer from a fucking big case.
Brewer, like a brewery.
Dope. Mm-hmm. So what was the vibe like? And walk us through like showing up to the building, meeting the fans, and up until the point where we realized the stream wasn't gonna be strummed.
Well, the building is a marvel in regards to the fact that as you were driving up to it, you were thinking to yourself, there's no way that what I'm driving up upon is about to be this arena that I've seen Brian Keith, the Bounty Hunter, Mysterious Q, Sadika, Dr. Redacted. The list goes on and on and on of different people that I've seen perform in this Houston Premier Arena. But I lie to you lads not, and to everyone that is listening, and anyone who can say that they experienced it, driving up to this place does not feel like you were in a world. You're like in the outer realm. And I mean, potholes the size of the room that I'm in. I lie to you not. Like Brachiosaurus footprints as you were driving up the driveway. Full of water. Full to the brim of water. So you really don't know what you're going into until you read down into it. And you're like, wait a minute, no way. Is this a GPS right? And as you get closer and closer, you pass a whole bunch of abandoned buses, like Greyhound buses. I'd say like 12 of them in a row, just Greyhound buses lining the side. And then you get to like a warehouse number 1 that's got a trap door, big old door. Warehouse number 2, fences, no parking allowed. Warehouse number 3, almost to the end of the whole fucking shebang. Door open, smells of meat being cooked, fans, bars, tailgating, and you are now in the midst of the Houston Premier Arena.
It seemed
the only thing that comes close to the experience of driving up to this shit was the time that I did a no-holds-barred show in Fenton, Michigan. Okay? Fenton, Michigan. It was the show where Sadika fought Mickey Knuckles and some other shit happened, but that was like the best thing that I remember. And I remember this place was like in a wooded area, and we, no lie, drove off of a paved road, just some trees and boom, 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 and then you go around, and it's like, is this a road that I'm still on? And next thing you know, you get up a hill and you come down a hill, and the next thing you know, in a clearing, there's a ring.
It kind of reminds me of the first time I rolled through the driveway, that long driveway down to the Tournament of Death.
Yeah.
It's like, where are we? What the fuck are we doing? From the interior, it looked a little bit like the water center, the H2O center.
I thought the same exact thing.
Not only does it give those vibes, but it also gives vibes of any of you like old school fans of the Mid-South arena that, you know, a lot of tapings came from. There's a, you know, Mid-South Arena, I think it was called, but it had the flags, all the flags hanging up, you know, and it was kind of like a dimly lit television studio. And I'm actually surprised IWTV, Jerry from IWTV, who seems to always be sourcing like locations for, you know, Mass Wrestler or, I don't know, IWTV 100 and stuff like that, has not really sunk his teeth into this place because although it's a bumpy ride riding up to it, it is quite the fucking reverberant sounding facility that can really be filled up and you could do a lot with.
Johnny Phillips had sent me pictures of the surrounding area, and it looked kind of terrifying, to be completely honest. It looked like you needed to have some kind of protection walking down the streets if you were alone.
I would not ever recommend walking to this place based off of the drive. Never ever would I recommend walking unless you have no other choice. You Uber, you drive, you parachute, you fucking spelunk.
Spelunk.
Was most of the crowd locals, or was it a lot of traveling people like our friend Johnny Phillips and Andy Lawler and those guys? And people traveling.
I would say that the demagogue of the people gathered were all local wrestling fans that knew and were very familiar with the Remedies and the Brick Savages and the little puppies and all of the talent that lended themselves to make XPW loco.
That one fucking guy with the megaphone I wanted to strangle. He kept using it when you were talking. I think, and as a fan, that's like, I know I'm annoying and maybe upset.
I sense a butt coming.
But if you're gonna have a megaphone, you shouldn't go over the ring announcer when he's talking. Like there's nothing exciting happening yet. Just wait. You know, there's timing. You gotta have timing.
Oh, listen.
Otherwise, you're just an asshole.
Listen to this
guy.
guy.
Wait, did this happen all throughout the show, or are you talking about
throughout the whole entire show?
Larry was in a fugue state. He didn't remember.
There was a siren throughout the night. I mean, maybe that's just might be like a loco thing. I don't know. They have the spinners, which I like. The spinners, I enjoyed those. But it was just one guy with the megaphone, and I really couldn't take it.
Oh wow! I know that guy. He was
really
that's Megaphone Johnny.
He was really angry when we hadn't started on time, and he was giving me a hard time. This was before we were on the broadcast, and I went back and forth with him. Every time, you know, he would talk, you know, I'm on a microphone that's got speakers and a receiver, so I couldn't make out what he was saying, but everybody could hear what I was saying. So when I was jawing with him, he was like, I guess trying to talk over me, but I really couldn't make out what he was saying. Now, megaphone friend that I know exactly what you were up to, I will make a point to take your megaphone the next time I'm there.
Apparently there were two.
Break it right in front of you.
The Megaphone Brothers.
You have another one? I'll do that as well.
Oh, actually,
I dare you. Listen to me. Hold on. Shut up for a second. And I dare you to do a fucking thing about it. And we're back in May.
Ooh.
That's all we need is Larry getting canceled for breaking some dude's megaphone now.
Smash it on the floor, Larry.
Because I mean, I'm a professional. I don't even notice things like that. I guess I thought it was like, you know, I come from the CZW era of the air horn.
The air horn.
And like when there's a big crash or whatever, and there are air horns, I'm not paying attention to that. But now that you brought that up, or you know what? I commentate the shows too. Was he doing it during the commentary?
Yes, he was.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even remember it.
I
don't even remember it.
It's the only thing that annoyed me about the whole show.
what's going on in the chat, Pat? Is anyone saying, yeah, Larry, we got your back? Or,
oh, yeah,
hey, I was that guy. I dare you to touch me. What's going on in the chat?
Well, shout out to Bald Steve in the house. Pork Chop Express was at GCW this past weekend, which we won't get to. Thank you for sending me that footage. Chase agrees with me, saying, inside reminded me a lot of Water. Looked almost identical. DeCasa Film wants to know, are we talking about some Vince poop this evening? You bet your bottom dollar we are, but we're just kind of dancing around the rim. We're just frolicking about the edge right now. We're talking about Larry's trip to Houston, which I want to get further in depth with.
I just want to make sure I only asked for that to see if that motherfucker was in here or anyone who knows him, so he'd be like, oh yeah,
Larry's got heat with the megaphone.
Danny DeMonto GCW mark of them all, and he hates you, so he's just trying to fuck with you. But you know me, I don't even see. I don't see it.
John Richter says megaphone was corny.
Bad take Bry brings it up like I really had a problem with the one guy. No one, I didn't even hear any of that feedback. But
right.
thanks, Brian.
You weren't even angry about it until Brian told you the guy was interrupting you.
Listen. Again, I went back and forth with that guy. I know the guy you're talking about. I can see him right now.
Right.
I went back and forth with that guy before the show, like as I was stalling. And I didn't hear a siren, but I didn't notice that it was like trying to, I guess, interrupt me. Can't interrupt me. I didn't hear that. But Brian, it bothered you. So now that I know it bothers you, now that I know that it bothers you and it bothered some other people, it bothers me.
Well,
now I'm bothered. And you don't want to bother Larry Legend.
we want that shit out.
He'll smash your fucking megaphone. Oh, what? There's two?
The whole are we doing a review of the event now? Or are we still?
Well, hold on,
Larry boots on the ground. It was a visiting team. It was a visiting team at the home team's field. That's what it was. So, I mean, I don't really want to speak on it anymore. It was a visiting team at a home team's field.
Rob spoke on it.
I know he did. He owns it. I don't.
You rode to the show. I saw on Instagram you were in the car with Tessa Blanchard, Judge Joe Dredd, and Hardcore Hillbilly. You have anything funny to say about that? Anything you could share?
Actually,
that just sounds like a great ride.
Well, I actually rode to the show with Ron Nemi. I picked Ron Nemi, who was last arriving. He was the Larry for this show, like how Larry was Larry for Merry Christmas 2, the last landing, close to showtime. So I picked him up and I rode with him. But I woke up. See, I arrived Friday. My flight was sponsored by Drowned in Texas. My round trip travel was sponsored by Drowned in Texas, yes. And I arrived a day early and met up with the judge, met up with the Hardcore Hillbilly, and met up with Tessa Blanchard. And we all had a good night's rest the day before the show. So we were in a very different headspace than a Rob Black, than a Schlack, than a Mickey Knuckles, than a,
who all showed up that day, you mean?
Exactly. MAGA Butcher all showed up that day. And what you observe was Larry, who whenever he's in any new city, he's got to have coffee. And I ain't talking about no hotel coffee. I'm not talking about no hotel. I got to have coffee.
You need the nice machine. The nice machine.
Ryan, you know.
Oh, I know.
In the Sunset Park. Okay, I need coffee. So, my dumbass, this shows how old I am. My dumbass, I go into Google, and I'm like, best coffee, Houston. Whole bunch of sponsored shit. Tessa Blanchard, third generation pro wrestling phenom, says, oh, you really want to find out where the good coffee is, you got to go on Instagram. And I'm like, really? She goes right on Instagram, types in the search, Coffee Houston. Wild Cafe comes up. Dispensary coffee bar.
Oh.
You heard me. Dispensary coffee bar in Houston. 2 locations. I was in both of them.
She's a genius.
Isn't the weed laws very strict in Texas? Or you meant weed dispensary? You meant
they were dispensing coffee, Brian.
Is that what he was dispensing?
So, Brian, you're absolutely right. And upon closer inspection, much to my dismay,
God damn it.
The entirety of all the cannabis products were Delta 8.
CB. Oh,
Can't
okay,
be
that
proven.
makes sense. Well, Delta 8 does get you. It's just not the
What a
same.
fucking narc.
So, I mean, the appeal of this place to me was that they're kind of like getting their roots set in the ground before cannabis is eventually legalized all over the country.
Boots on the ground,
kind of
roots
laying
in
a
the ground.
foundation of, hey, y'all, we're the cannabis coffee shop. Once this shit is green lit, come to us. But Tessa discovered it.
Wow.
We went there on Saturday morning. We had croissants. Tessa and I both had White Widows. That was the espresso-based beverage that we had. I had an extra shot of THCA in my White Widow.
Wow.
Also, it's infused coffee. You got the infused coffees. I like that's nice.
Indeed. So that
That's
again, sourced by the legendary Tessa Blanchard,
Dang
Wild
gun it.
Cafe of Houston. They have 2 locations. Both locations give very different feels. One's an actual kind of coffee shop. One's more of like a nightlife bar, shake your tail feathers type shit.
Like a little
And
cocktail
I
bar.
loved it. I loved it. So yeah, I just was riding around Houston with Hillbilly, Judge Joe Dredd, the Punt Stephen Jury, Hardcore Hillbilly, and Tessa Blanchard. I was just riding around Houston Saturday morning with all of those individuals before XPW went loco.
That sounds fun. Dang gun it. Dang on it.
Dang on, hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's all. Tessa, I was kissing her fucking royal feet, like, oh my God, like, I'm so old that I'm not even thinking to look on Instagram, and you're like, Larry, here. And I'm like, oh my God, yes! Like, no lie. I'm like, how did you find this? And she's like, I just search on Instagram when I would find shit. And I'm like, oh God.
That's great. And Brian, I see that you probably have your notebook and all of your statistics and review of the XPW Loco event, but let's take an XPW Loco break for now, and we'll get back to it down the line, down the road, because
you're the boss, applesauce.
Yeah, I want to switch it up a little bit, and also it's time for Larry's favorite part of the show.
Giveaway. Oh, I got to mail mine out from last week. I'm sorry to whoever won last week.
I mailed mine out today.
Sorry.
All right, yeah.
You're mailing yours out today?
I mailed it out this morning.
I got a request.
Okay, mine will be out tomorrow morning.
Whoever the person
This horror pain gore.
They asked me for the tracking number. I was just gonna.
I have it.
Okay, cool.
You better give them some track.
I said, okay, yeah, definitely. I was just never gonna ask. Okay, cool. So, I was like, okay, yeah, I will. Then I was just gonna let it arrive. Yo, so I want to just say that I don't even know how many episodes are in the Blvd Bullies playlist right now on YouTube, but it's at least 80, and we've given dope shit away every single week for like 80 weeks.
I mean, we've given shit away.
Yeah. So that's pretty
Crouching
dope.
Tiger,
We're
Hidden
givers on
Dragon.
the Blvd Bullies.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
This
is this week, isn't it?
I guess. Wait, what?
No, the last week's giveaway is the person that wins this week is winning the Japanese bundle of Crouching Tiger, the Say Ozwa postcard,
the Japanese bundle,
the signed Japanese fan.
Incredible.
So wait,
Daichi Hashimoto.
So my shit went out last
Hideshi
week.
Kamatani.
Larry, I think you're a week behind. You're on the John Wayne Murdoch week.
Oh, geez, you didn't send that out yet?
No.
Oh, gee.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's the one that I sent out this morning.
And that's the one that I'm going to send out tomorrow morning.
Yes.
So it's all working out. It's all working
We're
out.
all on schedule.
We are completely on top of the giveaways. So the way that you win, it used to be that you'd have to donate, and we would take your money. It was really a giveaway. But now all you got to do is comment on this video below, either now or later, or whatever you think is appropriate. And we'll read the best comments, and all your names get put into a fucking Newport box, and we pick the names out of the Newport box, and that's how it works. I'm a little disappointed.
By what?
The comments this week are not many. Only 3. Little bummed out. But maybe it's because we're not having guests, and we'll get to guests later on. But let me read these comments here. Only 3, Larry. Can you believe it?
Oh, that sucks.
Well,
Yeah,
then you know what?
It's fucking bullshit.
So guess might have been a good thing, is what you're saying.
Well, luckily next week. Is it next week or is it the week
after?
after?
To the giveaways.
It's next week.
Giveaways,
I think it's next week. Yes. Let me
either.
just confirm because I spoke with the guest recently.
Okay, do it later. For
No.
as of right now, we are planning to have a guest on in February.
Right.
Which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so this is a good comment. I love this one from Bren. I'm commenting before Patrick puts this video on members only. Great episode. On today's episode, Pat froze again in his Windows 95 webcam. Larry got sleepy. Brian still gets 1 inch away from his computer screen to talk, even though his mic is on his damn head. And Sean might have Tourette's and says the most random things. Never change, fellas. That's the most popular.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. I like that. Perfectly describing.
I'm always falling asleep. I don't know.
Jedi Joe, member of the flagship show of Blvd Bullies. Brian, please stop blowing the fan into your microphone.
Sorry.
Yeah,
flagship snacking. Flagship snacker.
Yeah, you're right. You know, he is a flagship snacker, and I feel bad. We should probably get more in depth with this because just like I yelled at you for doing the fan, I didn't yell at Joe last week for eating on stream.
You mentioned it because I mentioned it.
Dude, when Robert Blvd eats on his reviews, I instantly am like, not when it's him and Jessica. And you notice when it's him and Jessica, he pauses for that. But when he's eating Doritos or fucking Cheetos, I can't listen to Pro Wrestling Magic. I can't listen to Hog. I can't listen to Outlaw when Robert Blvd's like crunching in between
some people are actually turned on by sounds like that.
Yeah, I know.
Mukbangs.
I know, Brian. Yeah.
ASMR. It's very sexual.
Gross. I guess it's not.
Brian,
gross,
I don't think
I do anal sex as a practice.
All right.
Okay.
See what you've done. Here. Trying to be at Larry's
sorry we didn't do all hosts filled last week. Like I said, we were going to at the end of this when I remembered. We are busy. We're busy, just like Rob Black.
Christ.
So we'll be back.
Great. Jedi Joe says, thanks again for the Hammerstein tickets, Brian. Because you got COVID.
Thank COVID.
Yeah. But Jedi Joe is disqualified from being selected.
So it's a one-on-one battle right now.
So it's a one-on-one, and this is a Wesley Easter says, can't wait for XPW Goes Loco. So, you know what? I'm just going to flip a coin.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too.
Just going to flip a coin.
Jedi Joe's disqualified.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't have a coin, so I'm just going to flip this Heineken bottle cap.
And so who's who?
Heads is Bren, tails is Wesley. Bren wins. Bren wins the Japanese shit.
Nice.
So all you have to do to win this week's giveaway is comment on this video. Brian, do we have a giveaway for this week?
Yes, we do.
Bren, send us your info. We probably already have it.
I might have it, but just
we probably already have it.
It's Dr. Redacted card pack. And if you look real closely, you can see how uncreative Pro Wrestling Junkie was. And they used the same exact picture that ICW used for their trading card. So it's kind of like the same card, but it's different cards from different companies.
Whoa.
But now they're yours.
Brian, is there like a Series 4 no holds barred card?
This is Series 3. This is from Series 3.
I know, but like no holds barred still exists. Is it too early for their Series?
No,
will there be?
There might be. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure if there's a specific date, but it's usually like, I guess, later in the year.
I'm just curious.
No one has really released new cards for this year yet.
Bet your Brett will.
You know what Brett's been doing, and not doing card packs, and he's stolen the idea of Pro Wrestling Junkie, and has been doing like cards that are just like one-off cards that are signed that kind of have a very similar layout to this.
Hey, look, no one ever said he wasn't smart.
Well, yeah.
Well, did you see what? Speaking of Brett, did you see what they announced for the collective?
Ryuji Ito and Nick Gage?
It's a show.
It's a show. No, I don't think I saw it.
And it's on Thursday at midnight. And do you know what it's called? Mm-mm. Do you know what it's called?
No.
Mm-mm.
GCW and JCW versus the world.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Look at this. You see this? See this?
That's fucking
April 4th
funny,
at 11:59 p.m. What the fuck?
Dude, that's wild. That's funny. Coincidence?
Probably just a coincidence.
I don't know, bro.
They've done the world on GCW.
No, but it's versus the world with fire graphics and shit. Anyway, hey, speaking of which, I want to talk about one more thing before we get into more GCW news. Everybody's sending me this. I got this message to me about 4 or 5 different people. Brian, I don't know what you're saying. I think that you're trying to suggest that I am this guy, Alan Bogino.
Alan Bogino.
Are you saying that people are suspecting me of being this guy?
There was 1 or 2 people that said that they thought it was Patrick just because of how smart and well thought out the trolling is. Because if you read between the lines of Alan Bogino, he's actually talking shit about the person that he's defending in his posts. So it's high tier trolling, top tier trolling from this Alan Bogino. This is Alan Bogino who this comment was removed from Deathmatch Elite.
Well, I'm seeing it. I have a screenshot right here from Murder, Death, Kill.
Murder, Death, yes.
I think
Andy Lawler removed it and said to take this elsewhere.
I don't know.
I think I saw this.
Wait a second. I don't understand. Are you telling me that like there are people who post across all 3 to 4 major Facebook groups? Like this exact post was copy and pasted and put in Deathmatch Elite?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, it was removed from Deathmatch Elite, and then he put it on to Murder, Death, Kill.
Yes.
I don't even know if I should read this, to be honest with you. I thought it would be funny too, but
you think it's cancelable?
I mean, it's not our words. We're just reporting on the words, but I mean, it's
but maybe if I don't react,
I mean, it's a thought.
Well, basically, this person is sticking up for Brett Lauderdale and saying that there's no connection, and it is kind of funny because the guy,
read it.
No, because the guy's like, just like you said, he's like, it's like top tier trolling because it's like, guys, for those of you who are saying this is this, it's not, but it's like nobody's saying that. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's not the same because Brett did this, and this. And, this person...
Larry, this is the same person that was making defending posts of Daniel DeMonto. And then this is the guy that you said you wanted out. You wanted him out.
You guys, you all reacted like this, but you didn't say that it was top tier sarcasm. You said that this guy was like a soldier of the propaganda soldier.
I wanted this guy out.
You all did.
Yes,
you all did.
No, I did not. I will say that I stuck up for one Alan Bogino and said that people should be allowed to say whatever the fuck they want.
It's pronounced Bogino.
Bogino, whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck. Troll or not, this shit is funny, and it's fucking forums, and that's the place for shit like that to be.
I've always fucking hated forums.
I said I wanted him out.
You did.
Oh, was this a guy? Hold on. This was a guy who was like,
now here's a
just
guy
like putting it out in the ether, like, hey guys, let's not be so hard on DeMonto. It's not like he's not doing this all himself after getting ousted from GCW, and like the conversation that this person's post was starting was very kind of like, I agree with you. I don't agree with you. you're a piece of shit, and just like inflammatory, and nothing like came of it. So I was like, why would you want a person like that in the fucking forum just to be like, hey guys, let's fucking.
Well, it's evolved. It's evolved. It's evolved from that to these other posts about Bert that are highly entertaining to me. I think it should be read.
Entertaining. They're not entertaining. We're not going to read it. And I'm going to tell you something else. You know what else
I ain't got time for it. And guess what? Bert's got 2 houses, so he ain't got time for it either.
I can't believe that GCW is running a show at midnight on April 4th called GCW or JCW versus the World.
So it's technically April 5th.
No, it's at 11:59. It says on the flyer 11:59 p.m.
Damn it.
Yeah, everyone's saying it's me. But it's not me.
Where?
I don't know. Whatever
Richfield
fucking
Park?
Home Depot.
No, it's probably the collective is all in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's probably
It's
right
for
down the
WrestleMania
goddamn
weekend. The whole
street.
collective is in Philly.
Hold on.
Whatever.
I'm gonna zoom
Nothing
in.
beats Underground Arts. It's a magnificent facility. I've already been there, and you're going to want to experience what we have to present.
Anybody that's at that show is not going to leave before fucking Pondo and Louie.
Penn's Landing Caterers. 11:59. I just love it. I think that's fun. Well.
What else?
Played. Well, I mean, I'm not going to read that hilariously stupid. All this shit is so fucking stupid.
You can find it on Murder, Death, Kill.
Can you, Pat, after reading it, can you see why people would think that that's you?
Do you think if you hear it in my voice, it'll prove that it's not me?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Okay. Let's get one thing straight. Anyone saying that Brett Lauderdale is a sex pest like Vince McMahon is just vile and wrong. The good and righteous Brett is not a predator like Vince. Just because Brett knocked up a 17-year-old does not mean that anyone can talk shit about him like blah, blah, blah. Whew, blah, 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 blah. And it just goes on like this, you know. And,
wow.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It goes to say that in some states it's legal.
And in some states it's legal, and 17 this, and 17 that, and I didn't even know this. I didn't even know this. So, and I don't appreciate that because I don't even fucking use Facebook. All right, and when I do, I open it up. I see 20 things that you post that I hate, that I fucking hate. And you remember back when you first came on board, I used to yell at you about every single one. But then I just said, you know what, Brian, just go out on your own. Just go fly on your own with the Gins.
I've been flapping my wings
ever since.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Bojangles or whatever is now going from defending. He was like sarcastically. This is like a spy somewhere that was sarcastically like defending Danny.
It's definitely not a real. Whoever this person is, I don't think is actually who it says it is. Is my
Could it be
thought.
Donald Holland?
No, I don't think it's Donald Holland.
Well, I'll tell you this. Back when I was going to see GCW at Game Changer World, the venue in Howell, New Jersey, for the
Legendary.
Nick Gage Invitational 2 and all those things, you know. Back when I was going there all the time, as much as I possibly could, I remember shortly after that time, this is like a few years ago now. This is almost like 10 years ago, maybe even now.
Yeah.
But, Danny and Brett were business partners, and they both had, I don't know, what would you say, a proclivity for using public outrage as a weapon against each other. You know what I mean? So there were like fake profiles, I think, created from both sides that were like exposed. They were like secret profiles that like exposed the other guy. And, both of them have like a history of like weird, you guys think that you know shit because you're like some admin on some message board. Brett and Danny, they're way past that. They're on another level, dude.
They're not on Vince McMahon's level.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about it. You know what? It was a good try. We're changing now topics. A little abrupt, but I like where you're at.
Oh, jeez.
Oh shit! It's fucking Bojangles right now.
No.
Bojino.
No, it's food. Amanda ordered food.
I don't know, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, a lot of people in the fucking wrestling business have a history of, like, you know, targeted outrage and fucking, like, standing on a chair when it's like, you know, when you're sure you're going to, you know, like, and just weird, horrible behaviors.
Weird, horrible behaviors.
Yeah,
right.
just weird, horrible, intense behaviors. And you know why, Brian? You know why, Larry? You know why so many people in wrestling exhibit odd behaviors?
Why?
It's because the man who fed us wrestling and got us into wrestling is the most deeply, allegedly, the most deeply perverted psycho, R. Kelly level, that the world has seen. And so even though maybe he wasn't doing the things that were in his mind live on the television that we were watching, the same mind produced those same ideas that made it to the television, and those fucking electric vibrations from this sicko's head got into. We all watched Val Venus. We all watched all his fucking shit. And now we're all fucked up. Because this guy, we all knew he was a creep. We all knew he was a cretin, but it was kind of like, there's not really a story. There's no proof. Ha, ha, ha. It's so funny. Vince is crazy. But no, it's so much worse than we could have ever imagined. And his fucking seed is in all of us.
I was gonna say, what about CTE? What if, like, he's actually got fucked up in the head?
Well, yeah. I think that's a thing too. I think that's probably a thing too.
But if you are having CTE, you would be diagnosed with it? Like, if he had a CAT scan, they would tell him you have CTE.
I don't know. I think the
so
brain
he would
is
know.
a very mysterious thing. I don't think they could, like, track that you just, like, want to poop on people when you're 80. It just happens.
But they can tell you if you have CTE or
not.
There's
no test. There's no
like,
test for that. Larry, did you hear about any of this shit? Have you been in the know, reading the headlines, talking about it? My head has been spinning. My head has been spinning ever since we heard about the Vince McMahon allegations. It's not fucking funny
it was quite the scuttlebutt down in Houston. You know, we all were like, kind of like greeting each other and like, in like, how was things? How are the kids? How was travel? Being like, oh, you hear about Vince? Yeah. And like, spend a little time on it. Like, I heard he like ordered Laurinaitis to bang the broad after he doo-dooed on her, and then he took a shower, and then he got out of the shower, and then banged the broad like with his doo-doo still on him. Like, what?
Yeah, I was feeling the same way. Like, I couldn't not stop thinking about it, and I wish that wrestling people were around me to say, like, did you hear about Vince? That's what I needed to say. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, in my circle, first of all, we're extreme. So first things first. We really didn't give too much time to it. We had things to do. We had our own moments and scuttlebutt to be talked about afterwards. We didn't spend too much time on it, so no one really offered that much on it. We just got, me and Schlack talked on it, me and MAGA, me and Hillbilly, me and Dread, me and Tessa. Everybody talked about it, and sort of just moved on. But it ain't surprising.
That's what I say, man. The dude's been literally putting crazy things into our faces since we're kids. Showing like the craziest storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I mean, and not only, I mean, it just puts a lens on everything. Puts a new tint on every single wrestling backstage wild story I heard. It puts a new lens. It's like, there's like a deep state conspiracy theory that like Vince and Sean were like lovers, right? Larry, you've heard this, right?
Of course.
Yeah. And, it's like, I've always been like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. But now, I don't know, man. You know, I don't fucking know. And then, you know, on the Royal Rumble weekend, you see like Triple H and Shawn Michaels walking in all old and shit, like laughing, like ha 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 ha. Like, yo, are you telling me that Triple H didn't know any of this shit? And yeah, if this is the tip of the onion, as 41 down will say, what up, 41? You know, it just goes back decades. Who knows? What kind of sick shit do you think The Undertaker and Vince McMahon did together? In Saudi Arabia, wherever else.
The whole thing with Ashley Massaro and the troops. Do you remember that fucking shit, dude?
Fuck.
The troops, dude. I'm gonna tell you, the troops.
No.
The cops.
Allegedly,
everybody's in up, dude. Allegedly, whatever. But all these high power people.
Oh my God,
are affiliated, and it's terrifying and scary shit.
It's
dude.
terrifying and scary shit. Yeah, it's disgusting and horrifying. And I think I hate wrestling now.
It's unfair though, because
like, you know who's friends with Vince?
People in wrestling, man.
Jericho, like all these guys who are like, man, close with him. Like, who knows? Jericho was super, and then the NDA and then the Vince.
That's why the deathmatch wrestlers never get affiliated with these hot top name guys.
Dude. Yo, and I'll tell you this, Larry, what do you think, Larry? Keep it going. Are you scared? Are you scared for our lives?
I think it's. I think that based on the technology and the spread of information and all of this, just pretty much since that guy, what was his name, who fled, he released all the documents.
Snowden.
Yes. I feel like a lot of stuff is going to start to come out about a lot of, you know, high-powered, bitty, you know, like Vince.
Epstein,
Weinstein.
Shit,
I don't know, and like the Rock's involved now. Like Rock is like, and then the Rock and Oprah with like the Hawaii, you know, like the Hawaii thing. You know what I'm saying?
Asking
and then, like the Rock was the Rock was with Oprah, and now the Rock's is like on the board with them. And then I'm watching the Royal Rumble, and I'm thinking like, yo, I'm watching the fucking press conference, and I'm like, yo, Triple H is possessed by Vince McMahon. If you look deep in Triple H's eyes, it's fucking Vince. It's Vince.
They drink each other's blood. They drink each other's blood.
Dude, he fucking possessed him. And then like Cody Rhodes is like the chosen one, dude. He's like the Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? It's all fucked up, dude. It's all fucked up.
It's intriguing.
Yo, when you think about like the fucking Lana and Bobby Lashley storyline, and you think about like all the I don't know.
Wild shit. There's way worse storylines than that they did.
Think about the kids eating Bootios.
No, Larry, no, not the New Day. They're not in on it, dude.
Oh my God. Xavier has a sex tape.
No.
Oh. They all are, dude. They all do weird sexual things together, and it's.
There's a whole sick cult
sending each other photos. It's
a
carny cult, dude.
I don't know, man.
It's weird, and it's one of the biggest companies in the world. It's not even just like
fuck. We got to go member. This episode's got to go. This has got to go members only. This got to go. This has got to get deleted. This has got to get fucking deleted, dude. No, it's a little scary. It's a little frightening.
It's not scary, but it's real shit.
You know, and then the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce's going to wrestle. You know, Gronk. So they're all connected, man. It's weird. It's fucking weird. You know, I feel like the Young Bucks are right. I feel like I got to root for the Young Bucks again now.
Do you think that Vince McMahon sits on? Do you think that Vince McMahon sits on the Council of Foreign Affairs?
Yes. I don't know.
Know it eventually if it's AI or actually a real person.
Yeah, what's up with the mustache, dude? It's
That's
fucking
what I
weird.
want to know.
There's definitely like a glitch. There's
Sounds
definitely
like
a glitch.
Dolly.
And you know who he's dear friends with?
Oh yes,
Donald Trump.
Indeed. They follow each other on. They follow each other on X.
You know who he follows on Twitter, dude? You just keep connecting the dots through Twitter followers. I don't
What
know.
about whatever happened to Linda? Has she been gone from Vince for a long time, or
she's in a fugue
does anyone
state?
know? She's just in a fugue state.
They had her in the fugue state.
Well, she works for Trump, isn't she? Like one of Trump's
No, she's
members?
she lives in Florida. She's like a something. I think she might be a Democrat, actually.
I think she leads a super
So
PAC.
she's removed herself from the family of McMahon's.
I mean, I guess last year I saw a video of somebody like a wrestling fan at like a thing where Linda was at being like, hey, what do you think about like Vince and the allegations? She's like, oh, I don't want to, I'm here to talk about like, I don't talk about Vince. I talk about my shit or whatever. That's the last I heard or seen of, I don't know.
I would love, love to know her thoughts.
We listen to, I mean, I know Larry and I listen to a little Corny here and there. And Corny goes like, yo, this shit is like nobody I ever thought I knew. Like,
Compared him to Rob Black.
yeah, I guess so.
Indeed he did, yeah.
I guess so. Gave him a little rub.
He rubbed him, dude.
I don't know, man. So I had a great time watching the Royal Rumble. And at first with the Vince shit, it's so insane. I fucking like laughed about it. But it's only because I didn't know what to think, And now it's like, it's kind of like put a pretty black cloud on a lot of things for now. I mean, I don't know. What are we're just going to forget about it? We're just going to Triple H era?
But the fucked up thing is that you don't know the true story, and we're just like thinking what could be, but like he is still like a human, and maybe like what we could be saying is not true. And there's two sides to every story always. So I don't know.
One of the most interesting responses that I continually have heard when discussing this is that the alleged victim only came forward because they were not given all of the money that they were promised.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks are saying that that's kind of indicative of what type of person this was.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very complicated,
And
Very,
I'm
very
not
strange.
trying to victim shame or anything, but he didn't have a problem with it once they were given $1 million.
Maybe she was in some like devil's advocate, like the firm shit, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I kind of think. It's like she was like in the firm. She was like living in the complex. She couldn't fucking, they had her records, they had her thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like maybe it was like and
the money that they were giving her is just merely fucking shells to that motherfucker.
It was the firm. She was like Tom Cruise in the firm, except she got pooped on, which I don't think happened in the firm. I haven't seen it in a while.
Deleted scene.
I don't know. It's fucking it's horrifying and crazy, and obviously very, very serious. But yeah, also like, I don't know. Like, it's like, what do you think? It was like a movie, Larry? You think it was like she like went to the cops? And the cops were like, it was me, Austin. Like,
no, I honestly think that I am a conspiracy theorist, and I do think that the new TKO people needed to get Vince out. They needed him off of the board. They needed his influence. They needed Kevin Dunn. It is new. It is a new day. Yes, it is. They needed him out.
Stop involving the New Day.
I feel like, well, they're important. I think you got to think about the marketing, the New Day, But I think that maybe they encouraged this, because we heard about the paralegals. We heard that there were paralegals that were like traded between Laurinaitis and Vince for a number of years, and this person seems to kind of add up to be maybe one of those paralegals. So it almost is like, was this person like kind of encouraged by people that had a vested interest in making sure that Vince was out to like go a little bit further? We got him on the ropes. He was able to, sell, like, I'm the biggest shareholder. I get to be the chairman of the board. Weasel his way back in. It's like we need him all the way out.
It is crazy to think about how he was removed and voted out, and then he like fucking power surged his way back in.
No
like
chance.
Dude, yeah, it is kind of fucking crazy to think. I don't know. It's just.
You remember the promo that he did the day after that thing happened?
And he just flicked. He just to let him know that he could. It's my fucking show.
That's when together forever, together.
I don't know. I don't know. You know what? As a practicing nihilist and a man fueled by science, I find it fascinating and horrifying and very strange. And I don't like that kind of talk, John. Like, I understand, Larry, what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying, Larry. I understand what John's saying, but also, there is an element, just to play devil's advocate. It's like, oh yeah, poop on me and then send me to the Caribbean, whatever. Oh, I could be bought, whatever. But there is an element of like, I don't know, like mental manipulation that goes into that. And sure, maybe it starts as a thing, and maybe it's just like, I don't know. You can't just say like, I don't know. You can't just. It's not so black and white.
I agree.
It's not so black and white. Like, because there is an element of like Stockholm syndrome and psychological fucking like shit. And I'm just saying, she could have been like in the firm. Could have been like some devil's advocate shit, where it's like everyone in the town is like a fucking. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you don't know what somebody goes through. And it can happen inch by inch. So whatever. There's money involved.
It just seems like that it also seems like that all the pieces were set in motion for a coup.
Right. Well, but oh my God, Larry, what's the term where it's like the simplest explanation is most likely something's razor's edge.
Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Occam's razor.
It's kind of like that. Like, I kind of think that, but it's almost like my conspiracy mind won't even allow me to think that like The Rock and Triple H and Shawn Michaels like fucking. It's like Shawn Michaels sent the text. They fucking drugged Vince, and he said, I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's just some crazy. It's fascinating. It's horrifying.
What's the chat saying?
Just horrible things as usual.
Good.
Hey, here's a question. And here's a very easy way for those of you watching at home to enter into the giveaway. Brian, show what we're giving away this week.
Dr.
Redacted card pack. So all you have to do is comment on this video. And I want you guys in the chat to sound off as well. And I need you, Brian and Larry, to weigh in us on the well as well. How much money would it take for somebody to poop on your head?
Like the lowest amount of money
Would you do
it
for $20,000?
I don't think I would have a problem with letting someone show for $20,000.
If someone said to me, "I'll give you $20,000 if you let me poop on your head,"
poop on your head.
I don't think I'd have a problem with that. Like, is this like a public thing? Is this something that like they're recording?
Like the Black Mirror, it's gonna be broadcasted on national television.
Yeah, no.
What are we talking here? This is
right here in Brian's apartment.
Like those Dubai,
right there in the studio.
What are they called? The Dubai porta potty Instagram models.
Well, you don't want to negotiate yourself out of 100. You don't want to negotiate yourself out of 6 figures.
If someone offered me money, I would automatically say, "What's the most you'll give me?"
$20,000. You're not saying it's like, oh, you get the fuck yeah, 100,000 if I could get up to that.
Shit, I should have approached it.
Is this like a baseline offer, or is this like, maybe you got some wiggle?
I'll tell you this: if I wanted to poop on somebody, it wouldn't be you, Larry, because you won the Showcase Showdown. I know that you're good at haggling, so I would be scared to try to approach you with that kind of.
Well, with my mom in my corner, anyway.
$40 so I can afford food in the XPW stream.
What?
$40 so I can afford food in the XPW stream.
You gotta make it 100, at least 100, so you can have gas too.
Come on, yeah, gas too.
Yeah, you need gas to get to work.
You need gas too, bro.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, yeah, like yeah.
Well, I feel like no one's ever gonna offer me that, so I don't think I ever have to worry about it.
Well, you never know what could happen, Brian, if you keep hanging out in those Facebook groups.
Can I?
That's true.
Are we on a topic right now? Can I bring up some stuff?
Yeah, bring some stuff up, Larry.
Hey, 2 huge anniversary shows coming up this weekend. CZW 24.
They're doing a whole shindig, a
Years?
extravaganza.
I think it's 24, maybe 25. A lot of years. CZW anniversary in Maryland.
I feel like it's 25.
In Maryland.
Well, that's where they're based. Isn't that where they mostly do their stuff now?
Y'all, the same day, MCW, my original promotion anniversary gala starring Matt Riddle head to head. CZW anniversary.
Wow.
MCW anniversary.
Wow.
A mere miles apart from one another. Rich Swann, Matt Riddle. I cannot believe this is going on in the great state of Old Line.
Rich Swann is going to be at MLW, or no, he'll be at CZW.
Jesus
CZW,
Christ.
he's the CZW world champion, so he's going to be at their event. Okay?
We're getting the facts here.
MCW, my alma mater, is also having their anniversary show a few miles down the road.
Which one are you going to go to? Your alma mater?
Well,
wearing the CZW shirt.
Well, I've actually been tapped on the shoulder to do the Saturday night MCW show. I'm returning to MCW. Okay? A last minute, hey, why don't you dust off the old Larry Kennedy Phillips?
Was that your name, Larry Kennedy Phillips?
Why don't you dust off the old Larry Kennedy Phillips?
That's awesome. I don't think I ever knew that.
Well, that's the secret to my Twitter handle, BLKLKP. LKP, my original moniker in this game, Larry Kennedy Phillips. And I'm going to be announcing Matt Riddle.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Again.
It's another weird.
Matt Riddle and everybody. Leo Rush.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
So
it's going to be great.
Okay, that notwithstanding, I think it's kind of crazy that CZW is running a show and calling it their 25th anniversary from Maryland. You know,
Maryland Strong. Terrapins, turtles, crabs, crab cakes.
And then you got MCW
Baltimore
doing their anniversary show the same night. Who wins? Who wins in this?
I don't know. I think CZW has a lot of popular people.
I can't be in two places. Can I?
Yes. Just don't show up to your wife's party with the bowling hat on, like in the Flintstones. You know what I'm saying?
What you're saying is I gotta go bang my wife and then go see my mistress.
In Boy Meets World, it was the Vader mask. Corey had to
just don't keep the Vader mask.
He was going between the wrestling match and the Topanga's Sweet 16.
Oh, classic!
And he showed up
conundrum.
To Sweet 16 with the Vader mask on
because he was so tired from going back and forth, he forgot.
Right.
That's happened to Vader too. It's in his book.
Then they dance. Well, it's a happy ending though. They dance in the middle of the ring at the end of the episode.
Oh, I love
Vader dances.
No, Corey and Topanga. And then Vader does a moonsault. He just does a moonsault into nobody.
In celebration.
Of
love.
And they're just love. Right. And excitement. It's great shit. If you go to Blvd Bullies Big Cartel, you can get the Blvd Bullies versus the World Boy Meets World crossover.
You could get the crossover. You could get the shirt. With the plane on the sleeve. You could get the long sleeve with both them. You could get a fucking pillow of it.
I kind of want the pillow.
Little throw pillow with that graphic from the brain of Ringside Sean, who is conspicuous by his absence because his son's basketball game, I've just been told by ESPN, has gone into quadruple overtime.
I'd have my money on his son and his big feet.
Unbelievable.
Yo, Pat.
Yo.
Did you Did you get in trouble?
Probably.
Did you like throw up an ad for like all of our Vince shirts?
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah.
And
so
did people yell at you? Did you get
overwhelming?
You, like, how dare you?
Overwhelming.
Did you get that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I did. We and once again, now that I look at it a week later, maybe it was in bad taste, but I was reading this Vince shit, and I just didn't know how to react. So I was just laughing. It was like so absurd. Once again, practicing nihilist.
It's hard
practicing
we can't
nihilist.
even live. We can't even do shit.
You know,
Can't do shit, dude.
So I was like, oh my God, I was laughing so much. And it didn't even at one point or any point cross my mind that like, wow, none of these Vince shirts are ever going to be sold ever again. To me, it was like, oh man, get you a Vince shirt. Like, yo, this is fucking crazy. And yeah, it's of course it's horrible evil, but it is like a fucking vibrating moment in fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of the way I was looking at it. And my God, overwhelming uproar in the comments by trusted fans and confidants. So I've seen the light. I've seen the light. I'm being very.
Let me ask you something, Pat. How do you think the reaction would have been if you were like, "Hey, we're liquidating our Vince merch. Send me a DM and I'll send you your size." Do you think the people would have been as outraged if you just were like, "I'm giving it away"?
No, because I thought a funny part of the advertisement would be like, "Hey guys, don't worry, Vince doesn't make $1 on this." So I called attention to the fact that we were trying to make $1, which I in fact was.
But I mean, I'm saying, okay, not that post. Had you have crafted a post that was just like, "Oh yeah, you guys can have these. We don't want to support anything with his name or face on it." Do you think a lot of people would have been like, "I'll take a medium. I'll take an XL." Do you think that would have happened?
Yeah, I think the comments probably would have more been geared towards like, "Yeah, good, get rid of them, fuck him," and I would have been like, "Yeah, me too."
You mean giving them away for free, Larry?
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Obviously, people would take them if they were free.
Listen, I'm saying the uproar that happened in the joke, the very bully-esque joke post that Pat put out to make people huff. Had he have done a post that just was like, "Hey y'all, we don't want anything to do with Vince anymore. I'm giving this shit away. Comment below your size and I'll send you a shirt."
Yeah.
Do you think that it would have just been like mad, like medium?
Yeah,
large,
probably.
XL, double XL. Do you think that would have happened?
The same people that were tight.
I don't know. You can't prove that. You can't prove that. But yeah.
So Larry, we couldn't do that.
That's why I asked, "What do you think?"
Differently.
That's why I asked, "What do you think?" What do you think, Pat?
I don't know, but to me, it's like, okay, yeah, these charges weren't against him when we made the shirts, but we didn't make the shirts in honor of him. We made the shirts in like, at the very least at the very least a joke, but at the very most, like, punk rock, we're gonna make $1 off a good drawing from an independent artist, because
amazing top tier drawings.
We're making fun of Vince. We're making fun of Vince, and we're making money off of him, and we're all laughing at him together. Obviously, we didn't realize how serious it was, but you know what? We're all to blame because we all knew. We all knew.
We made him, dude. We made him evil Vince. He's evil Vince. Dude. He's fucking Thanos.
So whatever. Yeah. Maybe the Thanos is like a little bit too complimentary. But anyway, hey, Blvd
complimentary.
Bullies.
Thanos is not a good guy. Thanos is a terrible, terrible guy. People.
Where the free stuff at, Pat? Yeah. Anyway,
I give it away.
Let's talk about
Sagittarius.
Let's talk about the Royal Rumble for a little bit, and then we'll close with getting back to our.
I called it. You called. I think you said it too, Pat. We knew it was going to be Cody.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be Cody too. I didn't want it to be. But
I was a little worried. It was going to be somebody else, but I guess in hindsight, it's like, oh, obviously it was Cody.
It had to be. The final two was CM Punk and Cody, right?
Yeah.
It was either going to be double elimination or.
Yeah. It's like when I gamble on football. After the game is over, I'm like, oh, all the clues pointed to that happening. It's like the same thing with the Cody.
So you didn't make a bet?
How was the final exchange?
Clunky. CM Punk is a little clunky.
Wasn't he injured?
I mean, they're saying I thought he got injured on the final throw, but I guess they said that he was injured during it
to make him look better.
I was worried about him, but it's like I just want him to do well and not get hurt. You know, I don't know. No matter what your opinion of him is, it's like he did have a new lease on life, and he was trying real hard to, like, even if he was pretending to be nice, at the end of the day, he was still being nice. So, like, who cares? You know, let him just pretend to be nice. Even if he was doing it out of hate for AEW and, like, watch how fucking nice I'm going to be. Fuck them. Right? Like, which is exactly what I would do. Right? It's like, and Larry, I know you would do that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's all
about
like,
the money.
It's like
he's
sassy...
he's not there to have fun. He's there to make money.
No, but it's like, yo, they say that I'm bad. I punched this fucking guy in his mouth. I'm going to go to this next spot, this gajillion dollar company, and I'm going to be like the nicest motherfucker. I'm going to show up 15 minutes early. Yeah, Larry, right? Wouldn't you do that? Not even out of your own pride, but more out of spite for the place that you left.
100%.
Yeah,
100%,
dude. This is how it goes. So I don't know. I feel bad for him, dude. Yeah, and he got fucking hurt. And
what's
now,
the injury?
like,
were there any big surprises? Any returns?
The women's rumble was, in my opinion, much better than the men's rumble. In the women's rumble, number 2, boom, Naomi comes back. Number 5, Jordan Grace. Later on in the rumble, you had fucking Jade Cargill come out, which was dope. Yeah, it was awesome. Women's rumble ruled.
I feel like it's always like the women's rumble always is more exciting than the guys. They always have like more surprises and cooler shit happen. It's always there's always more like women legends or like Mickey.
No
Mickey James came.
No legend.
Yeah, no legends, which I liked though. I liked that too.
That means no Vince. You realize it's no Vince. It's over.
Oh my god, yeah.
Honky Tonk Man coming back. Jimmy Snuka coming back. Piper. That's all over. None in the men's either, right?
I don't even want to think about why they came back or how.
No,
almost.
No, he came out. Almost came out.
He did?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. He was awesome.
He was in the rumble.
You're talking about the Nigerian giant, Omos?
Yeah, he was in it?
Yeah, he came out. He had like a dope like sleeveless cloak on, and he came out, and it was like him and Gunther and I think Drew it was the 3 of them for like a minute, and they were all squaring off, and then like the next number came out, and it was Pat McAfee, who was doing commentary at the time. So he hopped in the ring. And by the way, Larry, you want to talk about racial fucking conspiracies and fucking... Listen to this. Tell me this isn't a fucking conspiracy. Pat McAfee, dear friends with Vince McMahon, right? Wrestled Vince McMahon last WrestleMania. Now back on commentary. Almost. And a few other guys, I think Bronson Reed or whatever, it was all big guys. They were all in the ring. Pat McAfee in the Royal Rumble. He gets in all confident, takes one look at Omos, jumps over the top rope, leaves, gets back on commentary and says, that guy's not a human being. It's a fucking racial fucking goddamn conspiracy, dude. They hate Nigerian people.
I mean, I've never really liked Omos, to be completely honest with you.
So you're one of them.
Why? Because I don't like him?
You're a terrible person.
I think I don't understand. I mean, they're just trying to put it and make him scary.
He is scary. He's awesome.
Optics.
Have you seen that he has
that exact same thing happened with Drew Carey and Kane?
Drew Carey hopped out.
Hold on. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Who's this?
It is I. It is I.
Sean waited till after all of our demonetization conversation to get back. He waited till we were done talking about Vince.
Welcome, Doctor.
Hello, my friends.
Pat,
Larry,
really
how are you?
Fuck you, dude.
Brian, how are you? Pat, pleasure as always, my friend.
Hey, how are you? How was the Suns game? Let's talk. Let's start from the very beginning here. We got plenty of time.
Jimmy had a game against probably one of the best teams in the nation. They were just featured on ESPN. Yeah, it was quite the game. Quite the game.
Did he win? Did he win?
No, unfortunately, they didn't win.
How was
These
his
guys
performance?
Outstanding as always. But these guys that he was playing against, they look like legit NBA players.
Did they put the glove on him? What's the deal?
Men.
Huh?
He was out there with men.
Grown men, bro. Grown men, like
these kids are looking like men now.
How many points? We want to hear this. We want to hear about the stats, Sean.
10 points,
Ooh,
1 assist.
Wow. So they put the glove on him.
Yeah. But no, the shit was just locked. And when I tell you locked up, bro, like locked up.
Locked up. The glove.
Yeah, it was wild. But I'm here, and I'm sorry I'm late, but I have made it.
That's all the sports that we're doing for this show. That's it.
Brian.
Oh, speaking of sports, Larry,
Oh,
how was Baltimore? Did all of the women who got pregnant last week when the Ravens won, terminate the pregnancy after the AFC title game?
No, I think they pity fucked other guys.
Oh, okay. Hey, Baltimore is alive and well.
I think there was, because sometimes you fuck the depression away. So I think just as much fucking has happened when we won.
Sean's connections. He's going in and out.
Motherfuckers was smashing. They was banging the night we lost too. Just to fuck that shit out of their memory and end the night on some good shit. No condoms and shit. Drunken shit.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what football's all about.
But y'all, this is what I am gonna say. The next morning, everyone was so aggressive driving to work. They were driving like they were Zay Flowers and they were gonna do it the right way, for the light, for position in the line of cars. I'm like, whoa,
single-handedly lost the game for his team. Zay Flowers.
Everybody was so upset.
Destroyed his own instrument. I think the most powerful part in the game is the fact that he suffered a hand laceration from slamming his hand down on the fucking bench in rage and cut his fucking instrument up for failing him.
Hell yeah. Well, he also could have just gone down at the 1 and the next play would have been a fucking touchdown.
Yep.
And he probably shouldn't have done the Allen Iverson to that guy when every single person was looking at him.
Little rookie mistakes that cost you the big
too
one.
much fire.
Why were they pitching? I don't understand why Zay was the main one that they were
Well, no, they played like crap. They played like shit the whole game.
Yeah,
they didn't play good.
Pass to Odell. They didn't pass to Mark. All the other guys. They kept.
Lamar played crappy.
It's
the best run offense versus the
Yeah. I didn't. You know what? Someone put it to me this way: the NFL, Roger Goodell, he needs Taylor Swift at the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. It's Taylor mania. That's what's happening.
He needs Taylor Swift at the fucking Super Bowl.
Let me ask you this: just like we all, or I don't know about y'all, but I totally overthought Cody winning the Rumble. So are we overthinking it's already a foregone conclusion? It's Chiefs, Taylor Swift, Kelsey, confetti.
Yep. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I'll be honest.
The Chiefs are just gonna crush them
from the start of the game.
Oh my God! I don't know if I could believe that. I think I refuse to believe.
Right, enough of this. Never mind this. Brian is really getting agitated. Come on.
Real quick, before you guys go on, Brian, did you by any chance have a chance to speak about what we dealt with this morning? In the wee hours of the morning.
What happened in the wee hour?
No, I didn't.
Well, there was Go ahead, Brian. I'll pick
up.
Well,
now you brought it up there, Shawnee.
Was there some spelunking?
Yeah. So this morning, Brian, being the good journalist that he is, he
oh boy, this is how every great story starts.
Brian took to the Murder Death Kill Club this morning on Facebook. For those of you who don't know, it's a group where a bunch of wrestling fans get together and just share photos and all that.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
So Brian goes on and says, I just finished watching XPW. The stream that everyone's talking about that it wasn't able to connect or whatever the case may be. That seed of this guy is just coming at Brian. and I remember the name, and I seen the name in our chat before. And I'll just go off flat and say it. The guy's name is Donald Holland. Brian, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, there's no. This is true.
Donald Holland, who I'm sure I'm pretty sure did not bother. I'm pretty sure he didn't bother ordering the XPW stream. But Donald went on to
actually didn't
just keyboard warrior at Brian, and I said, Brian, is this the guy that hate watches us? And Brian
one
says,
of
yes.
many. Yes.
Well, he also I didn't say he's not a hate watcher per se because he partakes.
Hey,
Donald Holland, he comments on our show.
He's
after
everywhere.
today, Brian, I'm sorry. He is a hate watcher. He then said Blvd Bullies versus the World was a good podcast until they did this. Donald then goes and uploads a video that he clearly screen recorded from a
screen recording.
What does that tell you right there, my friends? You got a hate watcher there. You got a hate commenter. Donald Holland, my friend, if this is what you are doing when you wake up in the morning, my friend, I need you to look in the mirror, and I need you to reevaluate every single goddamn thing you do. Because not one thing that Brian said in that XPW post had to do with the late SPO. But you, my friend, decided to get online and take your ladle of a spoon and go stir it up.
Oh my God.
Stir it up.
What is happening?
Now, what you just did, my friend, is gained yourself a wedgie. Because I'm going to go far up their ass right now.
Oh, my God.
People like you are the reason why people don't get along in this community. People like you are the reason why there are so many hate watchers. People like you are the reason why there's so many screen recordings of things that don't justify what was actually said. Well, so, Donald, my friend, I leave you with this. Go fuck yourself.
Wow, yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Wow.
You don't do that.
Wow.
We don't do that.
Wow.
We don't do that.
Wow.
That is wrong. You don't start shit.
Well,
People are well aware that Danny doesn't like the Bullies. So you're going to go start some shit at 9:30 in the fucking morning?
Oh, jeez.
The Bullies did nothing. Brian went to explain how the XPW stream was now available, and you can watch it, and he doesn't understand why some people are complaining for something that they paid to watch. Had nothing to do with SPO. But you, my friend, decided, like I said, to turn that ladle.
Wow.
Go reevaluate yourself, Papa.
Wow.
It's the same, and all the same.
I love when you say Papa.
Are the people that are complaining that the stream wasn't up. They're not really XPW fans. It's just people that hate XPW that want to shit on XPW for having a tiff.
Yeah. Wow.
Yo, I love where you're at right now.
Don't tune in Tuesdays at 7 live on YouTube to hate watch.
Definitely
if you're gonna watch us, enjoy what we're doing. Don't go and start sending shit out to go start arguments and start fights. We ain't about that. People are about it, but we not about that.
Hey, you know.
But I guarantee you this: if you bring the shit to our doorstep, I'm gonna make sure you leave it out on your back. Donald Holland.
If that is your real name, hey, Sean, I feel like this speaks to a bigger problem, right? Because, we live in a world of people worshiping their idols, So when their idols weaponize screen recordings and say,
that's who he is.
And say hot words and suppose pretend like they're going to stand for something, somebody's hero is doing that. Then obviously, that hero's follower might do the same thing. But I would implore you to allow us to become your heroes and take our example of just, being just fun.
It's just wrong. it's just so wrong. Like you people go and say the Bullies do this, the Bullies do that, the Bullies spread hate. What the hell did you just do, my friend? You had a nice bowl of hate in the morning and you're spreading it on Facebook.
Yeah, I like to think of us as just a bunch of people chatting with our friends. We meet up every week and chat, and our friends.
But they're not all our friends, Pat. They're not all our friends.
Well, and that's why we have our
friends.
You don't say. Well, you don't say, Larry.
You know what? And I'm reading in the comments, he's allowed to have an opinion. You're right. But if you're going to come in the chat and then talk about Brian, but then message him and speak like you're a friend, you clearly have something wrong with you. And your opinion is not valued here. So take it and go to the left.
Hey, Sean,
I'm a person. I do make a lot of jokes of people. I do make fun of people. I'm not like
you're a malicious person.
You're a bad person.
Am I a bad person for making funny jokes?
No, we all like to. We all like to.
Joke. There's some truth behind every joke.
We all like to be silly.
It's comedy. If you grew up watching the stand-up comedy that I watched, then it's just what I grew up. I mean, what makes somebody a comedian?
Aaron Kaplan's a comedian.
Hey, whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa,
I mean, I
make people laugh.
I make people laugh.
Like, oh, well, this would make me laugh. So
just because I'm not a stand-up, there's different styles. There's different types of comedy. You know, just because I'm not a stand-up performer, I'm not
Larry, this is our final fucking episode. I'm doing. Hey, Sean. Quick question. What's the least amount of money you would allow somebody to pay you to shit on your head? What's the lowest you go?
Shitting on my head.
We go like 10.
Not even for $1 million, dude.
10,000.
Nah, my dignity's worth more.
50,000.
I don't know.
Sean,
$200,000.
Excuse me. If no one knew, like you're acting as if no one knows that this took place.
Yeah, just a private.
Well, you can't do that, man, because then he's
Larry.
admitting to you. Then you're just blowing up his spot. You let them know.
It's just a private hypothetical.
No, we'll never know.
Whatever happened. One thing I've learned about being in this wrestling business is that no matter what you do, it always comes to light. No matter what you do.
All right, so everybody knows that somebody paid you to shit on their head. $5 million?
It's for me to shit on their head?
No, to get your head shit on.
I
wouldn't take $5 million. If you didn't take $5 million, I'd be so upset with you.
Yeah, I'm a little weirded out by you now.
You could each give us.
Larry would have done it for $15,000.
If I get paid before, I do it for 10 mil. I need 5 up front.
10 mil.
I need 5 up front.
All right. Hold on. You can wear.
Everybody's got a price. Everybody's got to pay.
All right. What about
make sure they have no STDs?
All right. What if you can wear a shower cap and your head, none of the poop gets in your hair? Would you do it for $1 million?
I need half of that up front.
All right, $1 million, half up front, and you can say what the person eats for dinner.
No, Pat.
Cuttlefish.
Pat.
The cuttlefish.
Weren't we supposed to bring up some other deathmatch drama?
Oh my God! You know what? Listen, one of the commentators of our generation has retired, and oh my goodness, I don't think
the guy from Raw.
I don't ever gonna see him again.
He got fired. That guy got fired. Kevin Patrick,
commentator of a generation, the voice of ICW from day one, and you know what? A man who, for one night and one night only, took me under his wing and helped me do commentary for an ICW show. Sami Callihan versus Nick Gage. I called Nick Gage the deathmatch John Cena and Sami Callihan the indie Roman Reigns, and I never got invited back. But he encouraged me. He was very helpful, and I don't have a problem with this guy. I've been on his show briefly, you know. Me and Nasty Leroy were both on his show. I love him.
He did first sets of cards. He did the cards that Brian nuts over.
Sets of cards that Brian went nuts
I don't know if he did the third one, but those are his cards.
Who are we talking about?
You still don't understand?
The everyday struggles.
He showed the picture.
The everyday struggles.
Pro wrestling can give you everything, then turn around and take it all back and then some. For a while.
Is this the statement?
Yeah, I was hoping that my dramatic tone would have insinuated that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I understood. I had you, Patrick.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, bro.
Hey, guys, it's our final episode.
Maybe the dude's just burned out.
Well, Sean, we're going to talk about this afterwards because, once again, Nothing bad to say about this guy. This guy was a wrestling father to me. I'm glad that he's retired because he's one of these on-siders. If he ever sees me, he's going to kill me. So I'm glad that I'm never going to see him. Yeah. But anyway, pro wrestling can give you everything. Then turn around and take it all back and then some. For a while, by the way, then, THAN. THAN when it's an amount, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, but when it's
time
then,
is then.
Yeah, so but hey, who's counting,
Not me.
For a while, I felt that tide turning. I think it's best for me and my family that I unplug for a bit. I will continue to own and operate ETU, but anything else wrestling related, I'll be stepping away from. I've always given everything, and I just don't want to get to the point where I have nothing left to give. I'm beyond appreciative to Donnie and Jerry for believing in me and giving me a place to grow and polish my skills. I love ICW, NHB, and IWTV. They will always be home. Thank you to all the wrestlers, referees, and crew members I've had the pleasure of working with. Without your hard work, I'd have no action to call. Of course, thank you to the fans watching at home who made me feel like the best at what I did, even if it was for a short period of time. I'll see you when I see you. Yes, sir, Ryan. What do you guys think about that?
Burned out. I think he's burned out.
I think it's a work. I think it's going to be John Wayne Murdoch, him, and the Catal family in a no-holds-barred matchup with Danny and fucking Hoodfoot and Mittens and somebody else.
War Games.
Yeah, he's probably burnt out. I think it's it kind of looks like a domino effect now. Now it definitely kind of looks like a domino effect of like Ron Nemes's out of here. Weapons Master Ryan out of here. Larry Legend out of here.
Now, is this in chronological order?
I just said those in chronological order. I said those in the order. It was Ron, then Ryan, then me. This notwithstanding wrestlers, which we already said we don't know if the Murdoch God is a thing or not. But now you got the everyday struggles. Still, I guess, is he still doing ETU? Did I listen? Did I hear anything?
Yeah, he's still going to be running and operating ETU. He still will be. Maybe. Maybe
that's why Pat's had the idea of having like a crossover and doing like a War Games versus company battle.
I don't think that'll happen. My reason in saying I don't think that'll happen is mainly because I feel like they use a lot of the same people, and if that is the case, then they ultimately have to be under a bigger banner because then they're brands, and there's like brand warfare. So I don't think it's that. I honestly think he's burned out. I think that he wants to put his attention, time, and money towards his brand, his ideas, his future. More power to him.
Facts.
Take the time.
And also, did you see that Casey was announced for the GCW event?
Casey Catal.
And did she wrestle in GCW as Kirk?
She wrestled as Casey Catal against Rina Yameshita at one of the last shows.
She was never a Kirk inside of GCW universe.
No.
Always Catal. All right, just was wondering. But Brandon neither of them have wrestled ICW in a decent amount of time, no?
Casey hasn't been in ICW in a long time.
Long time.
The last match I remember her having was with Rina Yameshita in the carousel room.
Well, the last time, I think it was 7 months ago that happened, right, Sean?
Just about, yeah.
Is ICW going to the UK?
They are.
Yes.
When?
Not sure. I think February, like 16, around there, I think. Could be wrong.
Who's been announced so far?
Mittens.
Oh, wow.
All
right.
Definitely Mittens.
Kobayashi.
All right.
Danny, obviously.
Danny and Mittens.
Okay.
Big Joe and Michael.
I know it's like there's like a four. I think it's like a what do they call the four-ways vortexes?
Is Atticus coming?
The ultraviolet vortex is actually supposed to be a completely unannounced card, but they announced the. I guess that's like going to be the main event. I suppose that's what they announced.
I do know Atticus is scheduled for the next 6 shows because Danny did beat him at the Hard Ballroom.
Has Hoodfoot been announced?
No, the only thing I've seen with Hoodfoot being announced for is No Holds Barred, 60 against AC Romero.
Hoodfoot's not going to the UK?
Oh, by the way, I just
sure.
wanna say that I called.
No, I have the matchups for the Oh, sorry, Pat.
I just want to say I called the Hoodfoot loss to Tree. Didn't I call it? I called that IWTV was getting totally behind fucking the Killdozer and the mask shit. So the final nail was put into the coffin the other evening.
He hasn't been announced yet for the UK.
Just want to say that I was right. Just wanted to chime in and say I was
right.
What
the hell is where's Games of Death? Where's that at? Is that the UK?
That's UK, right?
Yeah, so
it's Rise. It's Rise and
yeah, so they're there that weekend.
All right, I don't care about this anymore. Brian, show us the giveaways from this week, Brian. If you want a Dr. Redacted card pack, you can leave your comment below. And if you don't have anything to say and can't think of anything, just comment the cheapest amount of money you would allow somebody to poo on your head for. And we're going to read them all on the air next week. And we're going to put all your names into a fucking Newport box. And we're going to pull them out. And the winner gets the prize. And so forth and so on forever and ever. Amen. God bless America.
Love it.
Also, tomorrow night, for members only, this is something that I wanted to do in the new year, and this is something that I will start doing. And all 3 of you guys are welcome to do this. But Wednesday evening, tomorrow, sometime after AEW Dynamite, maybe 10:30, we're going to be doing a members-only Q&A. Now, listen, if none of you want to show up and it sucks and nobody's got any questions or whatever, then maybe we won't keep doing it. But I want to at least give the members an opportunity to do a Q&A type of thing. Also, we have the XPW vlog coming along, and I'm editing a little bit at a time every day. And I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you guys. I'm aiming for the weekend before the Alive and Licking Feet featuring Chad Mines show.
Alive and Kicking Blackamania.
Oh, I thought it was Alive and Licking Feet because I saw a photo online of Chad Mines sucking feet.
No, that was Johnny Phillips. Johnny Phillips made that.
That's not the official graphic.
Was that real?
No, I mean Chad Mins himself posted that photo.
Oh, no.
But Johnny Phillips just used
you know
the
why?
photo and
you know why
made
he's
a funny
like that?
thing.
You know why he's like that?
Robert, I have a call from Rob Black right now. Should I answer it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
On speaker.
On speaker. Hello. Wait, hold on. Can you hear me?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's going on, Robert?
Ooh.
I'm on this fucking podcast right now. I'm trying to put you. Can I put you on speakerphone? Podcast do you want? What do you mean, my own? It's Tuesdays, Robert. You don't give a fuck. Oh, you guys are doing your fucking podcast.
Yeah, we are.
What the hell?
We're done in 8 minutes. You called me too early.
Get him on the stream.
All right. God damn it.
Rob Black doesn't even call me. I work for him.
He doesn't call me.
He didn't
Brian,
know
what
we were having a podcast.
What does he need you to
Brian's the plug.
He needs you to check his email or something?
He likes me because I'm Jewish and have a big-breasted fiance that I am now marrying on
What?
June 8th. June 7th and 8th. We're getting married June 7th and then having a party.
Where is this? Is this Manhattan?
Upgrade in the Queens. Flushing Meadow Park.
Okay, I got it.
Nobody show up.
Yeah, well,
Nobody
way to give the location and time of your wedding to Tom Holland or whatever the fuck.
Gonna show up.
Yo, so before we get done,
shut your mouths.
I said I was going to get back to the Four Loco wrestling. We don't really have anything much to talk about. We read the Brett tweet. We read the fucking Struggles retirement. We talked about all the things under the wrestling universe. Brian, I want to hear from a viewer's point of view. You know, and remember, you got to call Rob Black after this, so don't say anything bad.
I'm going to be honest.
How do you feel about the Four Loco fucking XP dub? And also, by the way, elephant in the room, Loco just announced working with ICW.
Well,
not even just, they announced working with the man himself, Daniel DeMonto.
I don't know.
Checking off the list. I said that they would hire Hitler if he was still alive.
I'm sure you did say something completely insane like that.
Well, I'm just saying he's not a political man. He doesn't try to play political battlefields and will work with anybody that will work with him to better his company.
Yo, you know what's gonna happen?
Not that Hitler. That was a bad joke. Bad joke.
You know what's gonna happen? Danny's gonna roll through with IWTV and be like, "What do you mean there were streaming issues? We rolled through no problemo." He's gonna have like GoPro and whoever the fuck.
Well, whatever
crush it.
Case is, the show was uploaded the next day, and it was awesome.
What did you think of the show?
God damn it!
The new people
need
to come to Jersey. I want to see Brick Savage. I want to see Lil Poppy. I want to see Low Rider.
Fuck. Brian, you're fucking up because that Rob Black phone call he was going to tell you, don't invite those guys to New Jersey. I can't afford.
I don't care.
Whatever you
honest.
do.
My honest opinion.
You want them in Jersey.
I don't give a shit.
I don't want to have to fly these.
Dude, Patrick, you hung out with Necro Butcher, and you know how massive that motherfucker is. This guy, Brick Savage, lifted MAGA Butcher above his head and pressed him.
Yeah, probably because MAGA posted like a god.
No.
Sandbagged him?
Brian, can you say
that? Probably posted like a fucking professional. That's why.
Preston.
Brian, what did he do?
I'm sure he did.
Dude,
I'm sure Necro did all the work.
I wonder, I commentated that? I must have been drunk as shit.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
He got a motherfucking
Tarzan and Little Poppy. Mickey Knuckles and Tessa with the Texas Death. It was
my God, I saw
Tessa
shit. Got Mickey power bombed Cat Martini directly onto Professor Fletcher's face.
Yo, bro, her whole face.
Oh my God!
She was like, "Here, sit down."
So
Cat Martini tried to help.
It was so funny. Like the Cat Martini hits were very funny too. It was like just little like slaps. It was a good thing.
Hits.
Well, no, it was very fun.
She's not very good at escape. She's not very good at escaping.
You know what? Maybe one day a Hurricane Rana. Maybe one day.
You know what will make a great Bullies video?
Oh God.
You know what will make a great Bullies video, guys? A Cat Martini training video. Well, Pat, you teach her the ropes. You've been inside the ropes quite a few times.
Get the fuck out of here, buddy. That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Pat, sure the
by the way, I was trained by
that would be an ode to the Maria Manic video.
Right, the Maria Manic.
My point exactly.
I was trained by Rex Lawless, Mike Verna, and Maria Manic. I am a
legendary video
killing machine.
Everybody should go watch that after this stream.
Yo, so I think we kind of figured out what's going to happen on the 4th. Yeah, can we talk about what's going to happen on the 4th? We've
been given a go.
We've been given the green light by Schlack to do the live pod in the afternoon, TBD, early on, and then we're closing.
That TBD?
That's the same spot, dude.
Oh, to be determined.
Yeah, just the time. It's like a brunch. It's like an afternoon.
Do not mind me. Do not mind me.
Yeah, try to hang with me. I know your son got gloved up for 10 points, but you know.
They covered him.
They covered him, doubled him. They were like, "Yo, whoever's wearing 23, get him."
I'm telling you, grown men, bro.
I'm saying gloved up, and I keep thinking of condoms.
I'm sure you do because of your fucking hat.
Brian, you would think that, Brian.
I don't don't use condoms.
It was a pump handle. That's right.
Glove.
That's right. It was a pump handle.
I never heard of. Were you gloved up?
I thought it was at first I
gloved up.
I keep saying power bomb because I thought it was a pump. I thought it was like a gut wrench power bomb at first, but then it turned into a pump handle salami. You're right. You are correct, Chase.
pump handle salami.
The whole pay-per-view was worth the wait. It was. I will say that there was feedback in the building. There was audio feedback, and also it was filmed where there was like, I guess, one hard cam and I guess one camera getting good angles. The hard cam wasn't very enjoyable, but the camera guy moving around inside the ring was getting high quality shots that make it good to watch.
Well, I'm gonna say this and this only. I'm feeling raw and unfiltered tonight. I don't think that was the best approach on either parts, XPW or for local wrestling. I feel as if you're hosting a venue, there should be a checklist that you run down with the incoming talent or incoming promotion to make sure these set things are set and ready to go.
Ethernet cable, check.
Everything.
We touched on Rob Black touched on this on his own show, saying that it is all on him and he should have had a checklist.
Oh my God, pull your shit away. Pull your shit away a little bit.
Me?
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. Sean, you're great. You're great.
So that's my thing. Especially when people are spending money to watch this event at this set time. If it was WWE who was running this set event and it didn't show up on pay-per-view, best believe I'm calling Time Warner
Well,
Cable or Optimum.
Imagine it was us. If we were in charge, then we would have had video. I mean, it probably would have been frozen, but we would have had video, you know.
I'll just say this, and I'll leave it out there for those who do watch, who are part of XPW. If you need people on your team who make sure these said things get done, we here at the Blvd Bullies take our tech very personal, and we care about it, and we also care about the product. So,
I mean, he's not wrong, but also, I'd rather just give me like $5,000 of shit on my head.
Why do you just want to get pooped on?
I just feel like it's just the easiest, quickest way.
You step on the poop and it gives you the good luck.
I'll go as low as 5.
I hate them. There's nothing worse than stepping in poop either, man. You know,
dude, I'll step in your poop. I'll step in your poop
just because of how bad stepping in poop.
I will step in your poop for $50. $50. I'll step in your poop.
My last thing I will say about this whole XPW thing, with the streaming. When they do come to Newark, I am coming with a clipboard and a checklist, and we are going to run down everything with Shannon, who I feel is the one you go to.
You and Shannon. Yeah, I love this.
And we're going to make sure that pay-per-view is run smoothly and properly.
You know, I am editing this vlog from last month.
You better finish it because we got a good one coming.
We got it. We got it coming up. But it's
Sean, didn't you say that you weren't going to be able to attend the show because you had to work?
No, so I did look at the dates.
He quit his job.
I have a show the night before, so I will be at XPW. I am free, and I will be there with you.
What?
Let's go.
The night before.
What you mean? What show? Outlaw.
Yeah, but it might be.
Don't do that.
Why you think he replaced you? You think that he replaced you at the place?
No, I just wanted to know if maybe he was doing the VXS.
Oh no VXS.
I will disclose right now that I've acquired.
We got the Last Dance at Outlaw.
Has been acquired for that weekend, so we are prepared. The hotel room is booked. The van is acquired, and we are ready to go for February.
Seinfeld's van.
The
same van as always.
The video.
You make sure the video right now. McGregor.
Yeah, no, but Sean, we're doing that. You're gonna. I want you to have little half glasses and a checkboard, and I want you and Shannon to walk around, and I want her to explain to you how we can optimize.
I'm gonna want to know if those smoke detectors are gonna detect that spooky dust. I'm gonna want to know if that surge protector box is gonna go off in the middle of the show and cause a ruckus.
Let's look at this surge. Let's poke it.
Because we here at the Blvd Bullies do not, I repeat, do not condone shows not to be aired when they're advertised.
You're goddamn right. Somebody might be invisible, but we're fine. Clipboard Sean incoming. Larry, do you have any final words? What are you looking forward to? Obviously, the anniversary of your Maryland shows and anything else coming up in your life?
I'm looking forward to Alive and Kicking at the Hard Ballroom.
Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick, I do want to give one shout out to the size of the crowd. The size of the crowd at XPW when we went loco. Because, Brian, you've seen us in Newark. You've seen us at the Derby Room, and you've seen us at the Hotel Aratel Van Nuys. This was probably the most attended show that me personally, Larry Legend, since I've been with XPW, last March when I first arrived, or May, it was one of the M's, I think it was May, or March, whatever. It's the largest attended show by far, the XPW versus Loco. And that, I thank all of Houston for coming out for to support and be loud and proud, signs and all for us.
Love the signs. That's my boy Johnny
Larry
Flips and the Bone Crusher crew. Bringing
Larry's fit though.
Yeah, gunslinger, retired gunslinger.
Hold up like it was 94 Survivor Series. Chuck Norris out of here.
Bro.
Can I make an announcement? Can I make an announcement for my final words?
Oh,
what is it?
Sure.
On this show next week, we will have the Honey Badger, Neil Diamond Cutter, will be joining the show.
You said the Country
February, Bears? The Honey Badger.
Oh, the Honey Badger.
The Honey Badger of Deathmatch.
Country Bear. We're having the Country Bear.
Dude, Remedy gave Masada an old school bear hug during their match. And when was the last time you saw someone do a bear hug to somebody?
On NXT.
Can you
Braun Breaker.
Almost.
I don't watch NXT. Braun Breaker. NXT was standing. A bear
almost
hug,
Lashley.
And it looked great. Remedy.
Lashley.
Almost
Lashley. Almost did
whatever
a bear
that mania
hug
was. Almost Lashley definitely did a bear hug. Fair.
Well, but it was in deathmatch and I loved it. But next week, Blvd Bullies versus the World, Honey Badger, Neil Diamond Cutter.
Hell yeah. I feel like there is probably a half of an hour of us meandering that could be filled with an interesting guest.
Neil Diamond Cutter. First, second. It's going to be the second guest of the new year.
The second guest of the new year. Wow.
Jaime was our first guest. Jaime Martinez from Local Wrestling was our first guest of the new year.
We're 67 days away, ladies and gentlemen, from WrestleMania weekend
67.
in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where Eat the Turnbuckle is going to be kicking off a hell of a weekend.
Whoa, guys, we should go to Wally Mania. Let's go to Wally Mania.
Let's fucking go.
That's Friday night.
Okay, yeah, let's go to that. Let's stay in Philly and let's do Wally Mania the next night. And
I have a hotel there the whole weekend, Larry.
Let's go on the red carpet with Swerve and Nana.
Let's fucking do it.
Let's hang out with AR.
All right, well, if we're going to ask Nana to be friends with us again, we're going to have to make this episode and the last probably 25 of them members only.
Is our friend.
And hey, if you are a friend of ours, God bless you. God bless America. Obviously,
God bless your families.
God bless your families, your pets, your grandparents, and your grandpeppers and your memems. And we love you so much. If you're ever in the Showcase Showdown, hey, go ahead. Just hit us up on Instagram and ask us to ask Larry what you think the fucking final answer should be. However,
I'm gonna ask my mom.
However, if you are somebody who has given us the proper ammunition, which isn't much, to take that gasoline and burn that bridge and just low road right underneath that burning bridge that is your life, you know who you are. Those people who wear their intentions so easily on their sleeve, they think they're so fucking smart. They think they're so smart. Just because us, your friendly neighborhood Blvd Bullies, see it from a mile away, doesn't mean, I don't even know. So, to our enemies, die slow. And anybody else? Comment on the video how much it would cost for somebody to shit on your head. Until next time, out of time, bye-bye, Blvd Bullies.